Monica and welcome back. It has been far too long and I am sorry. So today we are doing a Hogg Speed first impression, and so Hogg has came out with an epoxy, and so I wanted to review it. So let's just go ahead and make us a tumbler. So I'm of course using a Hogg 20-ounce skinny tumbler. Y'all know Hogg is my go-to. They ship quick. The tumblers are of good quality. I don't have anything bad to say about Hogg. And so yeah, when they came out with an epoxy, I was like, let's do it. And so I'm just gonna make I wanted to do a chunky glitter tumbler because I feel like if you can stand up and you epoxy well over chunky glitter, then fine glitter you're gonna take no problem. So that's what I'm doing. And so I just have some acrylic paint mixed with Mod Podge, and I'm just covering the cup, and it's just white acrylic paint and Mod Podge. I don't know, there was like something in my acrylic paint. I think my acrylic paint a little old, because y'all see, you've seen I keep wiping it off with my hand because like I keep finding like a streak of something in my brush, and so I probably need to get a new one, but like it's almost finished and it's like I don't want to throw it away in this economy, babes. We're not wasting anything, okay? But yeah, but it was that white paint was giving me a little bit of a hassle, but I need to get a new one. Like, and you're probably like, sister, acrylic paint is like less than $1, and it's like I know. I'm just cheap. I'm just cheap. Okay, the glitter not cheap. Having a glitter addiction is a problem, and so you gotta save money on other things in your life. Okay, so I'm using Winter Fairy. This is a new glitter to Period 6. It's a pretty white glitter, and it has like a weird, I don't want to say weird, but it's like, I call it like a pink lemonade shift, because it shifts really heavy pink, but it also shifts kind of yellow and like kind of goldenish, and so I call it a pink lemonade shift, and I think it's super pretty. And so yeah, I'm not saying anything at the moment. And so, but yeah, I only did one layer because I'm just doing this cup for demos. Like, I'm not selling this cup. I'm not using this cup. I will probably strip this cup, or this cup will either end up being display. But again, I'm trying to test the epoxy, and so I need something to test it on. So that's what we're working with. I did lay down the glitter with parchment paper, and I did that off camera. And so when you buy the kit, this is what it looks like. I got the 16-ounce kit. The kit retails for $24, which I thought was a really good price. I feel like normally if I get a 16-ounce with like a lightning speed or a quick set epoxy, they're like in the $30, $32 range. So I thought 24 was an excellent price, but I'm not surprised because Hogg is super affordable. And so they know their market and they know their customer price point. And so I really appreciate that from them. The jars were labeled and they had instructions on them, which again, I have ordered a couple of other quick set epoxies that did not have this level of labeling on it, and I don't know why I'm holding it up like y'all can see that shit. I realize now that I'm looking at the playback that you cannot. But I have ordered from other companies. Oh, and this is not sponsored or anything. I'm literally speaking highly of Hogg because I'm a fan. Wear your safety equipment. Y'all see I got mine on. Y'all stop suffocating your lungs. Stop following people on the internet that y'all see on TikTok Live that don't be having no mask on. Baby, they don't care about themselves. I care about y'all though, and I'm only being hard on y'all because I care. Protect your lungs, please, y'all. We only got one thing. You can see I also have the window open. Because again, especially y'all, when y'all jumping out the gate doing something for the first time, take extreme measures and then back off. Okay, so let's talk about smell. Since I did all this as a precaution. You can see I'm just not opening these up on camera when I'm measuring. So, the odor, the smell, when I tell y'all, is non-existent. I was shook because normally what I do, because the smell of epoxy is so strong, and y'all know I got a lot of things going on. Y'all don't know. But like, I just be trying to make sure I'm doing the best things for my health. And so I'm one of those people that I epoxy, and I epoxy on like one side of my house, not the side like I'm actively living in. I epoxy on one side of my house in this room that you see in this video. And then I will leave the room for hours, and let that smell and stuff dissipate before I come back in. Again, just for the protection of my lungs. And so I will say, when I went to the other side of the house and I kind of walked back this way to kind of look at the cup, I was like, I don't smell anything. I said, because I also take my mask off at the door and I hang it on the door handle and I walk out the room. Like, that's how cautious I am when I'm using epoxy. And so I was like, wait, I don't smell anything. And so I tiptoed back in the room and I was like, oh my goodness, I don't smell anything. The only time I really smelt it, y'all, was like I had to really hit it with the heat gun for it to put out some type of odor. So I was super shocked. And I'm not saying that to say don't wear a mask. I'm saying that to say that the odor is low. period. You know, it's not one of those ones that's the smell is gonna take over your house, or your craft room is gonna be smelling like, oh my goodness, I gotta get out of here, like the fumes is killing me. Not like that at all. So pleasantly surprised. So this is what we're looking like after one layer. I was like, okay, this not bad. We got some peaks, we got some bells. You can see it's a little wavy. It's not perfect, but it covered it. And it covered it well enough where I could sand, and I could be kind of as aggressive sanding as I wanted to. And so that is what we look for in epoxy. Let me say this though, girlies and boys. Hello, welcome. Everybody's welcome here. I'm one of those people. It's a safe space. Unless you got a little attitude. If you got a little attitude, babes, keep it moving. Anyways, on the packaging, it says tack free in 2 to 4 hours. When I tiptoed back in the room after the 2 hours, I lightly touched it with a gloved finger, and it was not as tack free as, like, it wasn't cured tack free. It was still tacky. So I will not call it tack free in 2 hours. But when I came back after 4, which is when you see me doing this is literally only after 4 hours. It was indeed tack free. So I'm going to say tack free after 4 hours. It might have been also, my room may have been cold. Y'all know room temperatures and product temperatures affect how your product performs. So if your room is cooler, it will take a product longer to cure. So that could have been a contributing factor. Though again, if the room is already cool and I have the window open, letting in more cool air, it's fucking November in Colorado. Well, actually, the crazy thing is saying that if you're from Colorado can mean nothing, because it could easily be 60 degrees. But I don't know what the weather was this day. It looks nice outside, but it looks like it's going to be cold, and it looks like it's going to be warm. So I don't know. But all those things contribute to how your epoxy may cure. And so I'm sure if it was the summertime, it might have been tack-free after 2 hours. But for me, right now, how I'm doing it, it is 4 hours. Which, again, for me, that's fine. It's still performing as noted in the description. And that's all I'm looking for. And so this is just a little UV DTF decal. I have a bunch of these over on PeriodSixDesigns.com if you're interested. The Christmas ones, we have just regular ones. I love the little self-empowerment. Like I said, this is a safe space. I got a lot of self-empowerment ones over there. I have more coming out that I need to put up on the website as I'm talking about this. So yeah, I just wanted to make a little Christmas cup. Because to my small business girlies, you want to start a business, the first person using your products and knowing how your products work should be you. For example, I don't know why I put this UV DTF decal on there. UV DTF should be put on from one direction to the other, not from the middle out to the sides. I put bumps and lumps in my own decal, but again, I'm the first user of my product. And so, even though I know how to put these on, but like, sometimes people are like, oh, I got air bubbles in it. And you're like, how did that happen? And like, I learned today. And like I said, I've never put one on like this. Like, but y'all know I be messing up. Like, I be struggling. And so yeah. And so I'm going to show you. And if you are a beginner, babes, you're going to have to take that loss. Don't try what you're going to see me do at home. But if you're a little more confident in yourself and your hand is a little steady, baby, if you got nerves, if your nerves is bad, don't do this. But if your nerves are pretty good, give it a try. I'm going to take a weeding tool, a very sharp one like this, and I'm going to hit it one time. Boom. That's it. Remember, UV DTS is somewhat of a more solid material than a vinyl, and so it's a little more rigid. That could easily have cracked and destroyed everything. But my hand was steady. I was confident. I braced myself, stabbed it once, flattened out that hole. The hole was big enough. And only do that when you have big holes. Don't do it. And try to pick a part of the design where it's a little more obscure. Like if you pick a part of the design where there's a lot going on, where there's multiple pieces of the design meeting one another, that'll work. So moving on. And so next I was like, okay, it doesn't look finished. What else can we do? So I was like, let's put this little chocolate drip. And so when I do my drips, I'm not moving the cup. It looks like I'm moving the cup, but I'm really using my left hand, and I'm pushing it up, and I'm hitting the bottom of the cup, which in turn is making it bounce off my other hand. But I don't like to slam it against the surface or anything like that. I like to use my hand to bounce, and I don't like to actually bounce the cup on my hand. I like to let my hand bounce the cup. So that's just a little tip on that. If y'all need a more in-depth video on how I'm doing drips these days, let me know. It seems like everything's cyclical. New people coming into the crafting world, welcome. So yeah, and then so now I'm doing a third layer. And so again, another test of a good epoxy is, can I layer it thin enough to cover and protect, without being bulky? I'm gonna go ahead and answer for you. Yes, you can with this Hogg epoxy. And then the fast set ones tend to be thinner anyway, so that kind of works out. But yeah, overall, I'm impressed. I love it. Of the 2 other fast set epoxy that I have tried, this has become my favorite. And so I will leave a link to it below if you want to check it out. Like I said, I think the price is affordable. They ship quick, layers well, all those things. I don't have anything bad to say. Yeah, that's it. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. If you got any videos you want to see from me next, let me know. I am completely behind on videos. I have videos from before Halloween that you will see that have Halloween decorations in them, that I'm going to get to posting to. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Look out for anything we got coming next, and I'll see you guys in the next one.